So Elon Musk makes a video or gets on some kind of live stream and is speaking about AI is going to take everybody's job and there's going to be some kind of universal high basic income that comes in. I need you to stop listening to the charlatan of dreams. Stop. Especially if you're a marginalized person. You are not included in this class. Actually, I could have started this video a better way, but let's just get into it right now. You know the real illegal immigrant that Americans, especially working class Americans, have to be afraid of? It's those freaking artificial intelligence robots. It's not people coming from Mexico jumping the border. It's not people illegally coming from Canada. It's not people illegally coming from overseas and taking your jobs and your welfare and having a bunch of babies. And it's not marginalized people. It is literally, they're showing you the technology that's going to take your life and well-being away. And the reason why they're able to make so much progress in integrating that into society is because they're playing on your fear and hatred of marginalized people so much. Mind you, it's funny a billionaire speaking about universal basic income because billionaires are only billionaires because they exploit the fuck out of the freaking bottom line of their businesses. Like damn near slave levels of exploitation. So if you wanted a universal basic income, how come you don't just do that for the slaves that are working, for the people that are working for that bottom line right now? Oh, because you wouldn't be a billionaire. All right, back to the conversation that we were having. I actually have a completely different theory for what universal basic income is going to be used for. And this is in relation to a video I saw on this app maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago saying that it was a guy telling marginalized people, when America gives you an opportunity to leave or they pay you to stay here, choose the opportunity to leave. But my point with especially referencing or calling artificial intelligence the true illegal alien, it's this. It's not an illegal alien that you're afraid of your well-being, your immediate well-being from, because they're more poor than you, because they're more hungry than you, because they need more than you. It's simply integrating an entirely new class, not of human beings, of this object, this technology that can be owned by humans, but lines up with humanity. It's essentially creating a technology class that separates humans permanently. And when we integrate that into society before deciding that all of humanity is valuable and every human in the nation or in our society deserves to be taken care of and prioritized, we're going to integrate this class of robots in here. And why are we going to elevate them above other human beings? Simply because, and this is an objective fact, these robots within the next 5 to 10 years will not only provide more value than the average human being, but you don't have to pay health care. You don't have to pay for vacations and paid time off. You don't have to listen to their HR complaints. You don't have to care about their humanity. You just have to maintain the data centers and whatever slaves you got regulating that, and then mining the natural resources that create more of them. So now, the colonists who came and founded America have finally found their eternal slave that will never turn on them as long as that slave never goes beyond its programming. And it was allowed to be developed over time and integrated now into society because of the fear and hatred for marginalized people of average white Americans, at least in the Western world. This is the world I live in. Now, we connect it back to the America attempting to incentivize people not to leave this country once this integration happens. America is going to realize this, and why I say this is when we integrate the robot human class above humans, I'm telling you, everybody below that class, it's what can you do for me now? It's almost like the NFL or something. Like, what have you done for me last week? What have you done for me last season? What have you done for me in your career here? And if it's not something I can immediately think about and just ooze over, I'm kicking you off the boat. And you can swim to shore, even though we're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Mind you, I know I'm getting a little crazy here, but the universal basic income is not going to be high basic income like Elon Musk is talking about. That is a means of selling to poors. Because who's going to work to create and to manufacture and to regulate the AI so it can serve the immediate and infinite needs of the ruling class that does not care about the working class? Because you got to remember, it's not just the ruling class's needs and then we serve our needs as the people. It's the ruling class's needs, desires, wants, and fetishes that all have to get served, and then the poor, now we're not even going to serve them. We'll just justify a reason to dehumanize them more, or to get them to hate each other enough to justify punishing each other by some kind of legalized, state-mandated dehumanization practice. The universal basic income will simply be for people who cannot provide value to this new world that we are forcefully integrating into society and forcing everybody to meet up to. This is why I sit here and I feel so bad for people who are like falling victim to social media trends, whether it's doing criminal stuff, it's doing stuff that's going to ruin your record, saying things that's like very bad and like cancelable, I guess. Because regular people are going to be held on the thinnest, shortest string of all time, simply because a robot can do it better. And I only got to pay the robot $10,000 a year for maintenance costs. Like, as a human being, you will be given not high basic income, a basic income that gives you bottom of the barrel, piss poor American accommodations that keep you just in cycles, needing to get resources from whatever company town you live in, whatever job you work for, which is probably a monopoly, and whatever, again, shit resources that you get. So you're just on cycles of being a slave again in a new type of plantation. But the scariest thing about this plantation that we are going to enter is that the people who own the technology of this modern age can literally decide what reality and fantasy is for the people who don't have access to this technology or knowledge of how this technology can be used to manipulate reality. That's why I will forever be, the only fear I have with artificial intelligence is rich people who want to get richer quicker, not giving a fuck about the people who it's going to affect on the way there, and sabotaging everything and still attempting to find a way to blame us as the poors for not like regulating it. I'm sorry, I keep on getting off the point as to like what the basic income is going to be used for. But it's going to be shit resources anyway, because America does not care about the poors. America hates poor people, to be genuinely honest with you. And people are going to say, well, if I can take care of myself and my family and my community, why don't I just uproot myself and leave to another country that actually cares about people and like I can actually contribute to effectively and be humanized in? This again relates to the mass migration I was talking about like maybe a week or two ago. But when people start realizing that America is not as exceptional as we've been convinced to believe, and there are other places that not only you can be valued, but you can contribute value to, that can be reciprocated to you, to your lifestyle, to your dreams. And you don't have to constrict your humanity to exist in such a desensitized society. So many people are going to be leaving this country, and the way America is going to treat that is by giving out stimulus checks and saying, hey, we're paying people $5,000 a month. We're paying moms $10,000 a month to have kids every year. We're paying this, maybe not that like crazy, but, and then they're going to start incentivizing people to stay here. And you're not going to realize that's the only gift you're going to get from this country, because you're going to end up walking yourself into a debt trap you're never going to walk away from. I know this is a wild video, but everything that I've been saying connects, bro. Just everything I've been saying connects, I swear.